La 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 DuckTales, woo! Howdy folks, and welcome to episode 3 of High Score. It's the middle of August here in the West Coast, so you can imagine it's really hot. Felt the need to tell you, because if at any point you see me sweating profusely, you might have thought, man, is that guy into his craft? Respectable. Yeah, no, it's just really dang hot. So, as uncomfortable as the heat may be right now, it actually ties really well into this episode, because today we're going to compose some fire themes. Fire and lava. Our first objective today is to compose a fire temple theme. That's going to be really hard, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Just kidding, I actually already made it. And objective 2 is going to be composing a lava theme. So let's jump right in. DuckTales, woo! So as mentioned previously, I have already created the Fire Temple theme. If you saw the last episode, you'll know that I started creating the Creepy Forest theme, but every instrument I added became less and less like a creepy forest. So there came a point when I just decided to embrace that, and I went all the way. So now that I know better, I can give you the short version, edit this, give you only the essentials of how this got to the Fire Temple. Also, I kept calling it in the video the forest theme. The creepy forest, or this doesn't sound foresty enough, so I'm going to yada yada yada. I decided to cut all that out. What's the point in that? However, one of those moments I will show, and that was during the moment that I was drawing inspiration from 2 Koji Kondo pieces, 2 of his forest temples from Zelda. I like what I had to say there, so let's start with that. The best music is the music that you can listen to and you can almost see it. Music that can make you see or think of colors and lights and textures. It's music that makes you feel, and that's what music should be. I love video game soundtracks that can manage this, and Ocarina of Time's Koji Kondo is an excellent composer, and he does this on such a consistent basis with his work. And then the tribal chanting. I still remember. See, this is great, because every time I hear this theme, I can't not think of the first time I went to the Forest Temple, the first time going through Ocarina of Time, my first Zelda game. I have so many memories associated with that first experience. I had a great experience. I mean, I really did. And the Forest Temple is the temple that sticks out the most because of the atmosphere and the otherworldly music. So in that track, my takeaways are reverb and use of woodwinds, and chanting is cool. Wooden percussive. There we go. Both tracks utilize a sort of choir synth. Random rustling through leaves makes for good atmosphere. Woodwind. In reverse. Very interesting. Not nearly as memorable as Ocarina of Time's, but it suited Twilight Princess's needs, and that's what a soundtrack should do. So, now that I've drawn on inspiration, I can think, well, do what they did. Pretty much copy them. That's what this is about, right? I'm copying them. Early on, I decided that piano was a good instrument to start on, so I started fiddling around. What? Now, I'm very excited for the Fire Temple theme because it means I get to make an ambient track. Something I've never really done before, and yet I listen to so much ambient music, it's a no-brainer. Why don't I start making my own? That was... Whoa! What if I just record a sampling of some really dissonant piano chords here, you know, messed up, and just choose the best ones? You can't plan this. And that's why it's so great. That one wasn't so great. That was a good one. Oh, that was not. And just like that, I'd had my first piece. So to build up from there, I decided to add some synths that I hadn't used in any previous track, called Synth Basics. There's these synth basics, where they kind of do all the work for you. You hold a note and it, well, it does its magic. I don't know what it does, but it cycles through a lot of notes. on this episode of how it's made. And it gets really fun because the more notes you hold down, the more possibilities here. So I can just extend this really long. I'm thinking I can employ something like that. Something spooky though. That's more like an industrial ice factory. Eventually it came to sound a little something like this. It sounds legitimately intimidating, and that's great. So down here, the transform pad, there's a lot of sounds that I can use on the dark bass drive. So let me show you how it drastically changes the mood. So I have it on sizzle right now. But if I change it to smooth, or steam, that one's really scary. Percolate is similar to sizzle, but distorted is like, I think, the best out of all of them because it combines all of these. First off, let's really crank up that reverb and delay. Whoa, that's scary. Wow, that's cool. Cool stuff. Next was to add some percussion, which GarageBand is severely lacking in. Editor's note, I'm specifically talking about percussion. Apple's drum kits are actually pretty good. So, like any person would do, I went online to find some drumming samples. Let's go ahead and drop this in and use this for sampling. What I'm going to do is put a break approximately right there. So it goes, instead of dum, 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 it goes dum. Dum 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 dum. With the tribal drums completed, it's at this point that I realized I was not making a forest theme after all. You knew that the whole time, I didn't. I thought I was still making episode 2, and that's really funny. With the tribal drums, much improved. And with that, I had completely embraced the fire vibe that this piece was giving me. Which brings us to now. Now it's time for some finishing touches in the piece. I knew I wanted a break in the song for some flute, but when I did so, it sounded so lifeless. Then I thought, and I know exactly where this came from too, this came from, again, Koji Kondo, the Fire Temple from Ocarina of Time. I remembered a certain part from that theme. Play the part. No, not that part, not that part. The part with the glockenspiel. Yes, that part, thank you. So really it was probably like subconscious that I was like, this, glockenspiel, let's try that. And it did work. I didn't get any footage of it because I was just like, well, is this gonna I don't think this is going to work, so I'm just going to have fun with it. It did work in the end. I just played whatever, and it was already like perfect. So with that, please listen to the oh wait, I have to name it. I already forgot I'm doing that now. Okay, fire. What's the Italian word for fire? Fuoco. Ooh, fire tornadoes. Those are awesome, right? Let's look up the Wikipedia article. It says here they're known as fire whirls, also commonly known as fire devil. It's pretty video gamey, you gotta admit. Alright, Palace of the Fire Devil. I think that sounds pretty cool. Okie doke, please listen. I'm pretty satisfied with how Palace of the Fire Devil turned out. However, the first percussion I used, the harsher sounding one, not the tabla, was really low quality, and I did unfortunately have to spend a couple hours just editing that to sound as pretty as possible. Still not perfect. So, time to work on the lava theme now. Sorry. Have you guys seen the pilot for the DuckTales reboot? It's surprisingly good, and I'm not one to usually enjoy that sort of thing. Anyway, lava theme. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the percussion this time. I'm going to find my sample first and build all the other instruments around that sample and at that tempo. It's probably one of the better ways I can tackle this situation, because if I decide the percussion first and foremost, I'm not going to have to spend hours correcting and refining the timing and the reverb. This is the site I used last time, Looperman. It appears to be decent, I'll say. That gives me a really big jungle vibe. That sounds great. What else does this guy make? I feel dirty using this though, because he's done so much to it. Wow, that sounds cool. But that's like a showdown. Showdown at the volcano. Maybe. Ooh, that sounds hot. What a hot beat. I always found it so funny that he thinks that Saria's song has a hot beat, but okay. Let's do it again with new beat. As much fun as I'm having, these are turning into like jungle themes. You know what it reminds me of? The Hinox theme from Breath of the Wild. Brass does not a volcano theme make. I'm learning. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I found it. Here's the thing. I went to this instrument like 2 times in the past couple days, and both times I dismissed it as not quite there. But it's not until I'm playing it with the beat and I'm starting to feel that it really works. Ooh, I have a starting point, and that, I don't know, feels really relieving. These past couple days have not been the most fun because I didn't have anything to go off of. It's a really fun instrument. It really does have that Indian inspiration. So here's what I came up with. I am really pleased right now. And the best part is too, when it loops, then we get some harmonization, which I didn't even show you, and that's the best part. Oh, it worked out so good. I love it, I love it. The only thing is that if I could somehow find some samples of the sitar sounding instrument. This melody line is really adventurous. I came into this not really knowing anything, but I did have the notion that it was going to be more intense. It was going to be more scary. But this is like triumphant, like you've conquered this volcano. In that way, it reminds me of Varudania, Breath of the Wild. That's also in Death Mountain Crater. I wasn't thinking of that when I said that, but hey, it's a volcano theme for all intents and purposes. Very epic and triumphant theme. I completely forgot until now. One of my favorite lava themes of all time, Bowser's Road, Super Mario 64. Ooh, what an iconic theme. Oh, Shifting Sandland. Shifting Sandland. And Lethal Lava Land, yeah. There we go. Ooh, that's the instrument. What is that? I want all of those sounds. What instruments are these? Don't know their name, but I know it's gotta be from India. So let's do some research here. Sitar, yes. Sarod. Well, this sarod is a cool sounding instrument and I like it. Sarangi. that is an Indian instrument, but it really sounds so different. Yeah, that's how an Indian would play a harmonium. I like it. It's good. Chaltarangam. Just a bunch of bowls. Gatam. Oh, that looks like an Udu drum. Yeah. This guy's into it. This guy's great. Dang! Indian music is great. Update, I finally found the instrument that I've heard all my life and never knew what it was. The tanpura, or tambura. It's the Indian. I'm just happy right now. I'm just happy that I can put a name to this sound. This is a thing that I've heard all my life and didn't know what to call or what it even looked like. Now I know. It looks, well, look, the body of it looks very similar to a sitar. How on earth does it create that kind of tone? What's inside of this thing? Well, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off. I don't think these instruments are available on GarageBand, or not for free. I think I just found my solution. What I did was I downloaded an MP3 of the tempura playing a long D note, and I think I can pitch shift this to play all of the notes, all of the correct notes here. This should work in my version of GarageBand. Alright, we're in business. Root. Let's try D4. Wicked. Have fun with that. Oh no, what have I done? That's gonna be an editing nightmare. Alright, back to my song. Whoa. So cool. And to think I had no idea what I was going to do when I thought, plugins, and then that didn't work. But then I thought, whatever the heck this is called, AU sampler, audio unit sampler. I'd like to thank Andrew Huang for the inspiration for this move. Probably would have never thought to do this if it weren't for your videos, so thank you very much. Knowing this, I can do anything I want now. So long as I have a good quality sample, I can play any instrument. For consistency's sake, go ahead and listen to this stage again. You like it?
Sounds very Indian.
Thoughts?
Almost good.
There's gotta be some sitar. I came to the conclusion that I'm a sucker for sitar. Gotta put that in there somewhere. And I turned to Ravi Shankar. I understand that there are 7 strings on the sitar that aren't used for much other than just strumming through them in a line, up or down. It's often used to accent songs. Take a listen to what Ravi does at the very end of this piece. There it is. So I'm going to sample that straight from Ravi and pitch shift it if need be. Here's what it sounds like at the very beginning of the track. No pitch shifting. I mean, that already sounds really great. And maybe a little, the faintest bit of reverb. Yeah, that's great. I like it. Oh, it does not work there at all. That works there. Yeah, I like it. I just realized this, but it wouldn't make any sense to pitch shift the sitar. The way I understand it is that these notes cannot be fretted, with rare exceptions, like maybe one of them can or something, I think I remember. Sounds good to me, and hey, it already sounds good, so why adjust it? It's been a long process so far, but I believe I'm finally ready to finish that last instrument. The harmonization here, that's the new instrument. As a placeholder, I have it under the string ensemble. Also, the part that goes... I don't want it on that instrument. So let's look at my options here. The tar shanai. Oh wait! Genius! GarageBand doesn't have a tar shanai, but it does have an erhu, the Chinese instrument. Hold up. Gotta try this right now. Very good. So here it is in the Chinese traditional pack, erhu. See how this sounds. Oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Yeah, the notes don't blend into each other, and that's a must for this instrument. It's going to sound really bad until I fix that. No, 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 no. I knew deep down that it was a good idea. It just needs some work. Okay, so I'll spend the next half hour to an hour getting the notes properly blendy. Hey, so you remember how I said that these strings were a placeholder? As a placeholder, I have it under the string ensemble. I've kept hearing it over and over as I make the track, and at this point, I think it's a good match. I think it actually works for the song. You know what time it is? It's time to name the track. I know exactly what to do. Kamakou. I like the sound of that. Kamakou is the highest peak on the island of Molokai at 4,961 feet. It's part of the extinct East Molokai Shield volcano. Ooh, pretty. Red and green. Conquering Kamakou. So with that, it is my honor to present to you Conquering Kamakou. thank you kindly for watching another episode of High Score. I gave some special attention to this episode, and I went overtime into creating it because I just wanted the songs to be that much better. Conquering Kamakou is definitely the most complicated digital music track I've ever made. Well, scrap digital, just music track I've ever produced. Sets a new personal best for most instruments used. I really like it. Say, if you ever want to know what I'm up to when I'm not uploading, well, I'll probably post about it on Twitter. You can follow me at Ambitious Filmmaker. No, wait, that's not my handle. It's AFM Films. You can also hit me up there if you want to talk about the latest episode of DuckTales. Who's your favorite character? Mine's Scrooge. This has been a big project. I mean, the raw footage alone, over 10 hours worth. Yikes, right? Yeah, editing has been, it's been fun. I'm glad to get this out. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Okay, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of High Score. Don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe water? Maybe beach? I don't know. Well, I'll look at it. I'll consider my options here. I got a lot to do. And the second objective will be yeah, that's all, folks. Yeah. You guys didn't know, but secretly I was working on the soundtrack for Metroid Prime 4 the whole time. Howdy folks, it's still 150 degrees Fahrenheit over here. That is a shrill instrument.